Hi, it's John Flynn with Copley Advertising. Today we're going to talk about the race for voice. The race for voice. Yes, we've all seen it. We've all seen Amazon, Google coming into the voice world. It's frictionless, lady people. It's frictionless. You sit in the kitchen and go, paper towels, please. Then it goes into a shopping cart and off it goes. How can I cook chicken? There, recipe comes right up. Tells you, you can cook chicken. Big new book, and it should be. This is huge. I mean, the frictionless search, okay, is amazing. You know, so I mean, don't need a keyboard, you don't need a computer. You can sit in your living room and just go, you know, what should I watch for TV? And then it'll tell you, because the AI software is just going to get better and better. It's going to learn about your behaviors, and it's going to tell you what you like. So obviously, this is a billion dollar market. So what's happening? What's going on out there? Well, Google's got its product out and says that it's selling 1 per second. Again, it looks beautiful. It came out, works great, and you know, I'm sure it's very well. Amazon has had its Echo out for a while. Again, I have one, works great. With all these first versions, you can see the limitations of it. You know, it doesn't, you know, you can definitely see the potential of it, but you could definitely see, you know, right now the limitations of it, you know, like, oh, etc. So, you know, I mean, but, you know, it's going to grow, you know, so it's going to grow. So, you know, Microsoft and Amazon have gotten together now to help the AI, because two heads are better than one when it comes to AI, because AI is a pain. So it's a whole different, you can't, there's no common platform for AI, so you have to develop your own AI. So that's a tremendous amount of work. And, you know, you have Google, Apple's going to come out with one shortly, I believe, you know, so that'd be an interesting place in the marketplace. So you're going to have a lot of different players. So what's the deal? What's going to happen? So Google, I would think, is going to stay in its own little Google world, which that's what they do. But unfortunately, as we've noticed in other videos, I've talked about this, Google has a bad habit of spending a very long time and doing a great job with version 1. And then when it comes to updating in version 2, not so good. Not so good, because it's a huge corporation now, and there's so many different voices in it that it takes so long or not at all for something to happen. So I mean, then Google's left with the possibility of working with its #1 competitor, Amazon, who's coming up fast behind Google. So that's probably not a great thought process for them. Google right now. I'm probably not jumping up and down over that. But what choice do they have? Because if Amazon is willing to work with whoever, and they are, because what does Amazon really care about? People ordering things online, that's what they care about. Google's more into the technology end of it and giving people information, and more in the information business. Amazon just wants money. Just give us your money. We don't. See, this is, you know, it's like the old thing. It's like, do you want to be a leader in technology, or do you want to be, you know, the guy who uses the leader of technology and, you know, knocks it off and does their own thing? So expensive to be the leading edge of technology, and so much cheaper to be not the leader in technology, but not the, you know, #1 technology. So, I mean, I think Amazon's playing this brilliantly, as it's been doing for a while. In a sense, they have a very good product out there. Google may initially pass them in a sense of capabilities, but Amazon has the ability to reach out to partners like Microsoft and go, hey, you want to join up? You're not selling anything. We sell a ton of stuff. That's great. And they'll go with Google. So, I mean, they're good. You know, Apple, you know, Apple's coming in. So it's going to be an interesting play. With track records going how they are, I really think Amazon has the upper hand here, and I don't see him screwing it up because Bezos has not screwed too much up lately. Bezos on a roll, okay? Bezos is in like factor 100 Bezos. Bezos been Bezo lately. I mean, he's just been knocking it down. I'm not sure what's happening over there, but Bezos has been on fire. So, Jeff Bezos will be the first trillionaire in humanity. He will. Jeff Bezos will be the first man to be worth $1 trillion. But that's never been his thing, though. I mean, that's not his thing. His thing is to build, universes. Bezos wants to build, gigantic, castles, monoliths of capitalism. I think the only reason Bezos has any money in his checking account is just, an accounting thing. So. Bezos would happily give all that money to Amazon to build something if he thought that they needed all the money right now, which they don't, because they're making a ton of money. So, voice, huge. Oh, and the podcast thing. Yeah, I love the podcast thing. I think my landlord has a podcast. Everybody has a podcast. Listen, that's great. Have a podcast. That's wonderful. But the funniest thing is that the people who they get on their podcast, people like, I got President Obama on my podcast. I guess people think like, I don't know. They think like, is it like a real radio station? I don't know. It's just like, where's the podcast distributed to? Oh, no, it's just on my laptop. Go anywhere. But I understand it. Because voice is going in a direction that you're not really sure, and how important these podcasts are going to be, and the podcast lasts forever, and it's a good thing. Right now, I have too much to do, and I'm focusing on cold emails and YouTube. So, that's kind of like my marketing strategy. Will I get a podcast one day? Sure. Why not? If I had the time and resources for it, absolutely. Sounds like fun. I would have great fun just calling the most ridiculous people. I could think of Gary Vaynerchuk, Noah Kagan. Just call them on a phone and say, "Hey, I got a podcast. Want to come on my podcast?" And see who the largest personality I can get on my podcast. That would be fun enough to have a podcast running for a little while. Anyway, voice is huge. Voice is the next horizon. Voice still needs a North Star. Voice still needs content, right? It's like Netflix. It's we got and Hulu and Amazon, in the sense they have their own content, right? We need a North Star of content, and then we could all listen to it all day. But we're not there yet. But my money's on Amazon. John Flynn, Copley Advertising, give me 1 month. 1 month of mobile marketing, and I'll fix it.